Live from KSAT 12, the news at 5:30 starts right now.
First at 5:30, an employee at a bar is hospitalized tonight with gunshot wounds after trying to stop a fight.
Yeah, this happened at 2 in the morning at Thirsty's Bar on South Presa Street. Police say a fight broke out inside and that employee tried to defuse the situation. But the argument escalated and one man pulled a gun and started firing. The person arguing with the shooter was shot, as well as that bar employee. The employee was critically injured. The other man was grazed by the bullet and he is okay. He was treated and released at the scene. Police confirmed they do have a suspect in custody and are continuing their investigation.
Also new tonight, we now know the name of a construction worker who was killed yesterday when a large steel pipe fell off of an 18-wheeler. The medical examiner's office today confirms 52-year-old Carlos Hernandez Alvarez died from blunt force and crush injuries. Yesterday, the pipes fell from an 18-wheeler and crushed Hernandez Alvarez and another worker. They were contracted by CPS Energy and asked to install gas lines alongside the road there. When the trailer arrived and they began unloading the pipes, they became unstable and struck them in the head and shoulders as they fell. Hernandez died at the scene, and the other worker was taken to a hospital.
A teenager is dead after being thrown from a car during a crash. This happened at 3:30 this morning in the 7200 block of Culebra Road. Police say a white 2011 BMW was speeding south near Culebra Commons when it took a curve too fast and crashed into the concrete footing of the safety rail. A teen sitting in the back left passenger seat was thrown from the car and landed 15 feet away. He died at the scene. No other injuries were reported.
An electrical issue being blamed for sparking a fire in an apartment's attic over on the north side. It happened about 2:30 this morning at the Lark Apartments on Patricia Drive. That electrical issue was in a vacant upstairs unit, which then caused that fire to spread to the attic. Firefighters were able to quickly extinguish those flames. Unfortunately, water damage has the family in the apartment below now looking for a new place to stay. Water damage also spread throughout that complex, but no one was hurt.
Members of Temple Bethel in San Antonio gathered today preparing meals for people around the world. This afternoon, members from the synagogue partnered with global nonprofit Rise Against Hunger to send food packs to those in need. The packs mostly consisted of dried vegetables and rice, which can be preserved as they're distributed globally. They also had vitamin packs to further boost the health of the less fortunate. The group has an international presence and is looking to combat food insecurity worldwide, and they vow to continue helping whenever they can.
It's not only just packing meals, like yes, you see behind me, we're just putting literally ingredient and rice in the bag, but we also put hope.
About 828 million people in the world do not have enough food available to live a healthy life. The nonprofit says that means almost 1 in 10 people go to bed hungry every night.
Today is the last day of Fiesta Fit over at UTSA. It is a new traditional twist on celebrating health and wellness the weekend before Fiesta, which means before we start putting all those things on a stick.
Yeah, all the fried things. I think this is a good tradition.
Good stuff.
Alyssa Cole was there to capture the headline event, La Tap San Antonio.
Adrenaline is definitely going while you're cycling out there. It was windy, so you had a lot of headwind and you had some side wind.
Biker Deb Godoy cycled 25 miles in the La Tap San Antonio, an amateur cycling event and major headline of Fiesta Fit.
I'm pretty amateur. I've only been cycling maybe a year and a couple of months, but joined the sport and love it and love the cycling community.
Hector Lynch also completed the 25-mile course.
The group ride's awesome. So you just get a lot of hills, a lot of straightaways, but yeah, it was great.
One of the visionary coordinators behind La Tap San Antonio, Jeremy Kine, says the bike tour consists of 3 groups, those cycling 25 miles, 60 miles, and 100 miles.
San Antonio is such a beautiful city. The rolling hill country to the north of the UTSA really allows us to have an excellent cycling experience for all cyclists.
While the bikers put the pedal to the metal, others are exploring the Wellness Expo, where vendors like Stretch Zone are teaching people how to improve flexibility.
Stretching helps prevent injury. Stretching helps with recovery as well.
Now that Fiesta Fit has come to a close, some people are already getting ready for next year.
I did the 60 miles last year. This year I went down 25. Next year I'll do the 60 again.
Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Happening around America tonight, a shooting in Dadeville, Alabama has left 4 people dead and several more injured during a birthday party. ABC's Jacqueline Lee on how tempers flaring at the party ended the night in bloodshed.
Gunfire erupted late Saturday evening during a birthday party in Dadeville, Alabama, a small rural town about 60 miles northeast of Montgomery. Authorities have asked the public to contact them with any information that might help in the investigation.
This is going to be a long, complicated process, but we're going to continue to work through in a very methodical way to go through this scene, to look at the facts, and ensure that justice is brought to bear for the families.
Pastor Ben Hayes told ABC News he'd been at the hospital overnight with families of the victims. Hayes said family members told him the gunfire erupted inside the small party venue when tempers flared during an argument. Officials have not confirmed that children were involved in the shooting, but counseling will be available to students Monday morning.
We will make every effort to comfort those children and don't lose sight of the fact that those are the ones most impacted by this situation.
The police chief described Dadeville, which has a population of about 3,000, as a tight-knit community full of wonderful people.
I ask you to please keep our community in your prayers. I ask you to keep my police department in your prayers. And I also ask each of you, please do not let this moment define what you think about the city of Dadeville and our fine people.
Alabama's Governor Kay Ivey offering her condolences, tweeting, "I grieve with the people of Dadeville and my fellow Alabamians. Violent crime has no place in our state." Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30, Fox News looking to make amends with the presiding judge in their defamation trial. The letter that discloses the information they allegedly withheld from the court.
And this year we get a couple of extra days to file our taxes. We'll talk about some of the reasons as to why we have a new deadline.
Fox News has formally apologized to the judge overseeing the Dominion defamation case against the company. In a letter obtained by CNN, Fox's lawyers said they never intended to mislead the court about Rupert Murdoch's formal role at Fox News. Their lawyers repeatedly said Murdoch did not have an official title at Fox News in past court filings. Last week, they admitted Murdoch is an executive officer at Fox News. Dominion's lawyers argued that not having that information blocked them from getting more Murdoch-related emails and text messages. The defamation trial is set to begin tomorrow.
If you haven't yet filed your taxes, don't worry, you're not late. Not yet. You still have 2 days left. Yesterday was the traditional tax day, April 15th, when income tax returns are due to the federal government. But this year, we get a few extra days to file. Specifically, we have until April 18th at midnight. Some reasons as to why we have those extra days. April 15th fell on a Saturday. We don't do business on Saturdays, including taxes. And Emancipation Day is this Monday, which they observe in Washington, D.C. But remember, if you still can't meet that deadline by the 18th, you should file an extension. Hopefully, Mrs. Gerber is at home working on those taxes because I've been waiting on her to finish them. I did my part. Waiting for Miss Business Owner.
Wow. Okay. There's a good shout out.
Yes.
Well, you know, you said
it's too nice of weather though to get out and do taxes.
I was going to say that's not fair.
Blame the weather. That's fine.
I left her by the pool.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully she's still there working on it.
You got it, girl. We believe in you.
Amazing. Yes, today is absolutely fantastic. We found plenty of sunshine out there, low humidity. Enjoy that. We still will find lower humidity as we head into our Monday. A somewhat seasonable start to the upcoming work week is in store, but it doesn't last forever. We will start to see more of that Gulf moisture and muggy feel return by Tuesday. We've got some warming temperatures and some isolated storm chances to talk about. Those details coming up after the break.
I required my family to eat every meal so far outside today because I'm going to be stuck inside. We're doing this now. It's
Good
so
rule.
pretty,
Yeah.
right?
It's fantastic. Yeah, I wish we should go outside for dinner later after the show.
Like 150 days of this year round.
Yes, it is so beautiful. So we had that front that moved in last night, and winds really picked up afterwards. But again, those winds ushered in this cooler and drier air. So after starting off the weekend in the upper 80s and low 90s yesterday, it has been cooler and comfortable out there this Sunday with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. So about 10 degrees cooler in spots. Now, I mentioned those winds. Earlier today, we saw wind gusts upwards of about 30 miles per hour. Right now, those winds have calmed down a bit. Still a little breezy in a few spots. New Braunfels clocking in a wind gust of about 23 miles per hour. 17 mile per hour wind gusts recorded over in Hondo out there in Medina County. But again, we've got that drier air in place because of those northeasterly winds. Dew points right now compared to where we were 24 hours ago, about 15 to 25 degrees lower, which just means that it is incredibly comfortable to step outside for the back half of the weekend's plans. We have seen plenty of sunshine out there today. Temperatures in the upper 70s, a few low 80s this 5 p.m. hour, 77 officially at the airport, 76 in Converse, 73 in Canyon Lake, a little bit warmer the farther west and south that you go, currently 80 over in Uvalde. If you're stepping out for any Sunday evening plans here in San Antonio, sunset just after the top of the 8 p.m. hour, low 70s just after dinner time, and then those thermometers will then fall into the 60s after the sun goes down. Now, as we head into this upcoming work week tomorrow, beautiful, seasonable as we head into the afternoon, highs near about 80. It will be a little chilly in the morning, though, with temperatures falling into the low 50s here in town by the morning drive. And then into Tuesday, though, that's when we're going to start to see more of that muggy feel take back over. Will be a bit more humid. That also could lead to some areas of patchy fog as well as some morning drizzle. And then a few isolated storm chances to talk about there as well. That continues into Wednesday and potentially into Thursday. And we'll also start to see that temperature trend increase with warming temperatures expected by the middle to later portions of this week. Let's start off with tomorrow morning, though. I did mention that it is going to be a little chilly out there. We'll start off in the upper 40s and low 50s. So you likely will want the long sleeve first thing tomorrow, but you are not going to need it as we head into Monday afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the upper 70s and low 80s, a mixture of mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Around 79 is that forecast high here in town, 80 in Floresville and 81 over in Pleasanton. Again, still drier air tomorrow, but that is going to change by Tuesday, and that humidity sticks with us throughout the majority of this upcoming week after that. And because of that, again, it is possible that we find some areas of patchy fog and drizzle. You can see that here on our future cast by 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. By the way, we are expected to stay dry out there tomorrow, just a 10% chance for a very stray shower across our far western counties, but it's into Tuesday morning that we could find a little bit of drizzle out there, and then into Tuesday afternoon and evening, we'll still keep a 30% chance for a few isolated storms to pop up. That continues into Wednesday, and then a 20% chance on Thursday for the official start of Fiesta, and then yes, you see temperatures warming into the mid to upper 80s before our next front moves in early next weekend, guys.
And that's what we're used to.
Yeah, another gorgeous weekend. First weekend of Fiesta, looking great. A+.
Thanks, Mia.
You're welcome.
All right, the Brahmas needed a couple things to keep their playoff hopes alive. Those things have happened.
That's right. They got a win last night, and they needed the Renegades to lose today. That also happened. That came in dramatic fashion, though. It was a little dicey there for a little bit. When we come back, we'll talk about the Brahmas' chances heading into the final week of the XFL season. Plus, Anaya Smith is back for the Aggies, and he is happy to be back at Kyle Field. Got that, too, next. The Brahmas are still alive. Entering this weekend, San Antonio needed to win out and have the Arlington Renegades lose out to have a chance of making the XFL playoffs. Last night, they held up their end of the bargain, defeating the Orlando Guardians 25-23. Quarterback Jack Cohn was on target all night, completing 25 of 31 passes for 302 yards and a touchdown. And the defense had final say on Drew Beasley's 20-yard pick six. After months of close losses, the Brahmas finally got over that hump and earned their first win in the Alamo Dome.
It means a lot to us. I mean, I think we were waiting to have a big performance like this. I mean, it's been a very difficult season for us and the team as a whole. And a lot of the season, it's been like, one guy's doing something good and the next guy's doing something bad, and it's kind of hurt us. But to see everyone on the same page for, most of the plays in the game was awesome, and hopefully we could build upon it.
To see our players respond the way they did after the season that we had, being in close games, being down 14-3 at the half, we just been through so much in our time here in the XFL, man. To see them come back and put the second half together, make the adjustments, playing for each other. As a head coach, man, I couldn't be any prouder of my guys, man.
This afternoon, the Arlington Renegades traveled to D.C. to face the Defenders. Arlington scored 17 points in the fourth quarter to force overtime, but the Defenders were the only ones to score in OT. They win at 28-26. So with a win next week and a Renegades loss, the Brahmas would be in the playoffs. Here is the final week schedule. The Brahmas get their own crack at the 8-1 Defenders next Saturday at 2 p.m. in the Alamo Dome. Arlington will host the Houston Roughnecks on Sunday at 2 p.m. With spring camp officially in the rearview mirror, UTSA now turns its full attention towards a healthy summer and the 2023 regular season. The Roadrunners capped their spring practices with the annual Fiesta spring game in the Alamo Dome on Friday, and they're hoping to continue their recent stretch of dominance at home. UTSA is 18-2 in the Jeff Traylor era in the Dome, and the young guys got a small taste of that atmosphere on Friday night.
The nerves are there, the excitement. It's a fun environment to play in, and it's good for these new guys to come experience the game day, the walking in, seeing how everything's done, and just kind of getting the first little butterflies out the way.
After opening the season on September 2nd in Houston, the Roadrunners will host Texas State in their home opener the following week on Saturday, September 9th. Up in Austin, the Texas Longhorns put on a show in their annual orange and white scrimmage. After struggling to connect on deep passes last season, Quinn Ewers got the home crowd on their feet with a beautiful deep ball to Xavier Worthy in the first quarter. Head coach Steve Sarkisian admits that they've been working on that throughout spring camp.
The old adage is you get what you emphasize, and we've been emphasizing that, and I think we're seeing some positive results. So that's a great thing because our offense is better when we can stretch the field.
Texas opens their season at home against Rice on September 2nd. Texas A&M football held their own maroon and white scrimmage yesterday as well. Most of the team still recovering from injuries they suffered last season. That includes Anaya Smith, who only played 4 games last year before suffering a season-ending injury. Yesterday, Smith looked smooth, and he was happy to be back in action.
I've been out there practicing and whatnot, just to be out there in Kyle Field again. Getting a game-like environment, you know what I'm saying? Of course, the stadium wasn't as packed and we wasn't playing a full game and whatnot, but no, it was fun. Going out there competing, you know what I'm saying? Finding the tempo in our offense.
The Aggies open up at Kyle Field against New Mexico on September 2nd. How about some college baseball this afternoon? UTSA wrapping up their homestand against Middle Tennessee. Roadrunners jump on the Blue Raiders in the bottom of the first. Dalton Porter sends a single into right. 2 runs come in to score, capping a 4-run inning. UTSA adds another run in the bottom of the third, and they hang on to win this one 5-4. They are now 28-8 on the season and 12-2 in Conference USA play. At the Wolf this afternoon, the Missions fall to the Rough Riders 12-2. They are 3-6 on the season. Will start a 6-game road series in Corpus on Tuesday. San Antonio FC lost for the first time this season last night in a rematch against Louisville City FC. The Alamo City Club fell behind 1-0 in the first half, and they couldn't break through in the second half in a 1-0 loss. Head coach Alan Marcina gave his thoughts on the result.
First half, we didn't perform the pressing actions that were necessary to be successful. In the second half, we did, and we dominated the second half. We tripled the amount of shots. Wasn't our night. We'll learn from this. We'll move on, and we'll be better for it.
The loss snapped a 16-match unbeaten streak dating back to last year. SAFC is back at home next Saturday to take on Phoenix Rising FC. Of course, the phrase goes, you break one streak, got to start another one.
Exactly. All right. Thanks so much, Andrew.
You got it.
We'll be right back. Don't forget to buy your Battle of Flowers watch party tickets. Just scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to our website where you can buy those tickets. You'll get exclusive access to our KSAT party as well as great views of the parade, the floats that drive on past. We have tickets for both the Battle of Flowers and Fiesta Flambeau. Check it out. We also have access to bathrooms. That's right there.
Very important. Yes. All right. Low humidity tomorrow, a beautiful day. Then that returns by Tuesday. We'll monitor for those isolated storm chances, guys.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here tonight on the Night Beat.
Have a good evening. We'll see you then.